everyone, welcome to our new moon collective reading. This new moon is happening in 0 degrees Aries, so we are also welcoming in the astrological new year, Aries season. So if you are in Aries, happy birthday. It's officially your season. That Aries energy is all about really stepping in, being courageous, feeling your passions, what you're passionate about, and really taking action, initiating something, really being bold. So yeah, with this Aries energy, we are being asked to make moves. Whatever it is that you're feeling really inspired by, whatever it is that comes up that is asking you to step into the spotlight, to really step into your role, to do the thing, to get it done, whatever it is. It's about just being impulsive and getting in there and doing what you have to do, like turning on that part of you and just taking the responsibility to get something done, to get the show on the road, to get the ball rolling in some way. Even if there's still confusion, even if you're still unsure how things are going to pan out or unfold, it's about really putting yourself out there in some way. This week, we're also going to see Pluto going into Aquarius. I talked just a little bit about this in my last moon update video, but this is a really big deal. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. So it's kind of like we're stepping into a new era here with this transit. It's not going to permanently be in Aquarius until next year, but right now is kind of like a period of foreshadowing, kind of getting a sneak peek into what it is that we're being asked to step into when it comes to the future and how we want to help humanity, how we want to see things progress, what we feel called to do that is going to contribute to these things, in our own unique ways. So definitely really pay attention to your insights, what you feel inspired by, maybe even what you're dreaming of, what you're daydreaming of, because we do have Neptune still in Pisces and the moon is in 0 degrees Aries, so they're still very close to each other despite being now in different signs. So Neptune definitely is here influencing this new moon. So things can still feel kind of confusing, not all the way clear. Maybe we're still kind of daydreaming a lot, or even having dreams, meaningful dreams. So of course, keep paying attention to these things. But now with this Aries energy, we want to not only daydream and not only pay attention to our dreams, but actually put some action behind some of these insights that we may be receiving. We're being asked, to just step in, even if you aren't all the way confident yet, even if you don't even believe it yourself yet. It's kind of like throwing yourself into the fire and turning on that part of you and just making it happen, even when every part of you is nervous and is scared and is shaking. It's being able to have that courage to step in anyway. So definitely pay attention to, your insights, or what you may continuously be daydreaming about, or what you're really passionate about, or what you feel really called to do, because I feel like this is going to somehow play into how you're meant to influence and how you're meant to lead. And again, with it being that Aquarius energy, these are themes that are regarding our future, humanity, progression, technology, science, things of that nature. So personally for me, I'm already feeling inspired, to take action, to do things. For me personally, it's not necessarily new things, but maybe things that have been a little bit dormant, that I'm just getting this spark of inspiration to start back up, to put energy into these things again, to kind of have a fresh start, a renewal. So you should be feeling something, some kind of direction here. And if you're not, go ahead and take a look at your birth chart and check out where Aries is located in your birth chart, and that can kind of give you a little hint, a little clue into what themes, you may be having like a new, fresh beginning in. Okay, so with all that being said, let's get into the tarot. I love that divine messages came out with Apollo here because, like I was saying, there is like a Neptune influence here associated with this moon, as well as Pluto going into Aquarius on Thursday. We really want to be paying attention to the messages that we're receiving, to the messages that Spirit is giving us. They're nudging us. They're giving us hints and clues through these messages, through these synchronicities. So really pay attention to your surroundings, really be present so that you don't miss anything. Pay attention to repeating numbers or significant song lyrics. Like if you have a question in your mind and then somehow like it gets answered by like a sign, like a street sign or like a license plate or like the radio, like sometimes things like this happen. For example, I used to listen to Taylor Swift's song, Death by a Thousand Cuts. Emotionally, I was working through a lot. And I remember every single time that song came on, there's a part that she says, I ask the traffic lights if it'll be all right. And they say, I don't know. And I swear to you, every single time that part would come on, I would be like driving right past a traffic light, and the traffic light would always be green. So that was like Spirit telling me like, yes, it's gonna be all right. And it was almost like without fail. It was like every single time that song was on and that lyric in particular would come on, I was always like passing a traffic light and the light was always green. So, stuff like this, like a reoccurring message or synchronicity, is going to be really significant. So pay attention, okay? And the only way you can really pay attention and catch these things is if you're present in the moment. Then you won't miss anything. Spirit is always there, communicating to you, giving you messages. It's just, are you listening? Are you present? Are you aware? Are you conscious of the ways that Spirit is talking to you and guiding you? Okay, but I am seeing that we all are kind of like still in this sensitive energy of Pisces season where we're just really sensitive to these things. At least those of you that are here tuning in, I feel that we're really sensitive right now to messages, to dreams, to nudges, to pulls, to pushes, whatever it is. We're really sensitive. So don't worry about, missing any messages because, we do have clarity here. So I feel that we do have like some type of clarity, some type of direction. We're not completely in the dark. And now it's just a matter of like stepping in, of taking action, doing what you have to do. Even like if you don't know everything yet, or even if again, like you don't believe in yourself or you're scared, because we also have this transformation card here. So this is like a start of a new era, and that can be scary, that can be uncomfortable because it's really not something that we've maybe ever done before, that we have any experience in. This is kind of like stepping into something totally new, and that can be really scary. But we're really being asked to step in anyway, to believe in ourselves, to really try to embody some of that beautiful Aries energy and to take some kind of impulsive action despite these fears. So whatever it is that you have to do to tie up loose ends so that you can move forward, you're being asked to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all about action here. It's time for us to refine something, to level up, to upgrade. Many of us have some kind of opportunity to do this, to maybe like step in the spotlight in some way and to not be afraid what's waiting for us once, we've stepped in. I feel like now we're going to start seeing movement. So if you were feeling kind of like uninspired, or if you were feeling like things were slow, stagnant, things are going to be picking up, but it needs your energy to do it. Like you need to take action. You need to step in. You need to be courageous. You need to be bold. You need to be okay with being seen, not be afraid of like judgment or, the criticisms or whatever. Just getting out there, being yourself, being authentically you, doing what you're feeling called to do and fully stepping in. And once you take some sort of action here, like whatever is required from your part, because there is some kind of action that is required here from us. I feel like we are being required to take like some sort of impulsive action. It's just like just doing it, like finally just doing something. You know, maybe you were brainstorming, you were writing things down, you were planning things, and it's like we're past that phase. We're ready to take action, whether we feel ready or not. It's like just taking that first step, just taking that initiative to start something. And that's when you're going to see the universe respond, you know? When you put in this action, you're going to see things will begin to move. And we're going to be getting out of like that slow, stagnant, kind of dreamy space that we may have been in, like just receiving the insights, like conceiving all of the ideas. Well, now it's time to put it into motion. And then over here with this 8 of Cups and this 2 of Cups, this is interesting because Aries season, right? This is like a time where we're just like, we're focusing on ourselves. It is kind of like a more independent energy where we're focusing on our own needs. We're focusing on like, do we feel good? What's right for us? And making sure like you're taken care of first and foremost before considering anyone else. And I am really seeing that here. So for some of us, you know, whatever direction it is that we're being called to go in, to move in, it is requiring us to be independent. You know what I mean? It's not something that can be negotiated. It's just something that you have to stay true to. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to walk away from whatever you need to walk away from, as long as you're staying true to yourself and staying true to your calling, what it is that you're being called to do, what it is that you're being called to step into. It's not about kind of, you know, negotiating and compromising and trying to get someone on the same page or trying to get someone to come with you. It's like leaving behind whatever isn't aligning anymore, keeping yourself first, making yourself a priority here, and choosing yourself, you know? Choosing yourself, whatever is not aligning with what you're being called to do. There's a reason for that, and you just have to trust that. Don't resist it, and walk away if you have to walk away. And I know that can be really, really difficult to do. And I'm not necessarily seeing that any part of this energy is gonna be easy, you know? Because I do think that there is going to be resistance or worries or doubts or fears, but it's like you're being asked to move despite those things, and to move even despite who it is that you're leaving behind, even if it's really meaningful people, you know, like people that you have really close relationships with, one-on-one relationships with, like close bonds with. It's like putting yourself first, even above those unions. There's like a heavy, like strong self-focus here that we're being encouraged to have. Understanding that putting yourself first and following your heart, following your passions is necessary. Don't feel like you're betraying someone or you're really letting someone down by doing this, even if those are the feelings that you feel. It's just being able to stay true to yourself above anyone else. Don't sacrifice your own truth and your own like authentic path and purpose to like keep someone else comfortable or to keep someone else happy. Don't betray yourself. When you put someone else above your own inner guidance because you don't want to betray someone else, who you end up betraying is yourself. So I know that can be very difficult. I do see that coming up here. So some of you guys may be dealing with these types of themes, and Spirit is telling you to follow the call. Do what you have to do, whatever that is, whatever that means. It's about taking action. It's about finally taking some kind of initiative that you're being called and pulled to take. And it might mean that it's the end of an era. It might mean that there are huge shifts and transformations that are coming because of these actions that you need to take. And it could feel like everything is just like crumbling or falling apart or is just so intense. and so confusing, and oh my gosh, what's happening? How is this going to turn out? Where is my life headed towards? I have no idea what to expect. If these are feelings that you have, just know that it's totally normal. And Spirit is clapping for you. They're cheering you on. They believe in you. They know that you can cross this threshold. They know that you can step in. As scary as it may be, they are telling you it is time now to take some action. It is time now to take some initiative. It is time now to be honest with what, the messages you've been receiving, the insights you've been getting. And it's time now to push forward, to make something happen, despite whatever rift it may cause in your life. Trusting that there's a rhyme, there's a reason, even to the chaos, even if you can't see it clearly just yet. Trust in the divine, trust in Spirit. They're guiding you along the way, and just know that whatever you feel is crumbling or whatever you feel is falling apart is being done for a reason, for a purpose, okay? There's purpose for everything. There's always a reason, and things will be restored in a more aligned way for you that is going to reflect a more refined, evolved expression of you and what you're meant to be doing and how you're meant to be contributing and how you're meant to be helping, and however, you're being called now to fully step into your power. Some of you guys, it could just even be like your health, like your habits, like you have poor habits and you're not taking care of your health. And it's like choosing to do better, like really getting real about that. Maybe some of you are suffering some kind of poor health, and it's really like showing you areas that you need to improve and make changes, and it's really getting real, and you're like, oh crap, like I really need to take this serious. And it's like taking it serious, you know what I mean? Making something happen, making a change that might not feel super comfortable, but it's for the best. It's here to refine you, to make you better, to align you closer to your divine path. It's definitely time for a change. Things are shifting, things are moving for all of us. Just allow it. Help the change happen. You can do this. Remember, we are so much stronger than what we think. We make things way bigger in our head than what it needs to be. And then when we're in the moment and we do it and we do a great job, we end up surprising ourselves and we're like, oh my goodness, like I really did that. I was so scared. I can't believe that it was like that easy. It was actually easier than I thought, Whatever it is that you're feeling like is undoable, that is in the way, that is a blockage, you don't believe in yourself, just know that you can do it. You can do anything. You can handle this. If it's being put in front of you, it's because you're ready. I feel like Spirit is really asking a lot of us to step into our roles, because Spirit is looking for Aquarian leaders, people that care about humanity and about our future and about, the well-being of all, the well-being of the collective, and how to like move us and guide us towards a better future. So it's like stepping into what you're being called to step into and doing your part, playing your role and contributing in your own way, so that we can come together and really make positive shifts and changes that can benefit all, can benefit all of us. But first, we have to kind of put that oxygen mask on ourselves first, right? Before we can help anybody else. So this is the time where you're like kind of pumping yourself up. There's a strong self-focus. You want to get yourself in a really confident place, really have that courage to take some kind of initiative, to take some kind of impulsive action, and to just kind of like burst through, some kind of threshold and just start something, go in a new direction, start something new, launch something, announce something, just fully step into your truest, authentic self and not being afraid of how it's going to be received. Only worry about being who you really are, and offering what you're here to offer, doing what you're here to do. Because eventually, I think like so many of us are going to come together with people from all different kinds of like fields, and we're all going to come together and share knowledge and share information to revolutionize something so that we can progress collectively, So yes, again, you're being asked to step in. I think I've reiterated that enough. At this point, I'll just be repeating myself. So I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Journey of Love Oracle deck, and then we will close out the reading. Ooh, we got 3. Okay, look at this. We got Becoming, Heart of the Moment, and Heart Fire. Oh my goodness. And look at all this red, like, can't even make this stuff up. And I love that it's happening on a Tuesday. Mars rules Tuesday. Mars also rules Aries. The new moon is happening in 0 degrees Aries. There's just so much like Mars and red and passion, like igniting kind of an energy, right? That's really being reflected here. Okay, so any of these numbers could be significant. 34, 16, 1, which we have 2 7s here and a 1. So 771. Whoa. Guys, it is super late. Like the fact that that thing went off right now. I mean, sometimes it does that. It's probably like a lizard or something, but I don't know. Confirmation 771. Maybe look that up. Again, with these divine messages is what I'm talking about. 7 repeating number, that's like a synchronicity. So the number 7, it could hold a particular significance here, or the number 771. So take a look at the description box, because I'll probably include like what I find on that to see if you can resonate with any further messages there, or just be on the lookout for those numbers. Maybe when they appear, it's a clue, it's a hint. Like take a look at your surroundings, what's happening, what's going on, tap in. So just super brief, I'm going to go into the book and read what these messages are. So for 34, Becoming, it says, yes, you are manifesting your divine purpose. Yet what is happening now is just one of many inspired brushstrokes on the canvas of your life's work. You are the artist who paints with trust, instinctive and spontaneous, with faith in the process unfolding. You are not the painter using numbered squares, who has a finished vision even before commencing the task, with a map for all steps of the journey. Your lack of plan renders you open and receptive to divine direction. You are capable of being moved by spirit. You are a brave adventurer. So celebrate what you are creating now and realize that it is a step in your major work of divine art. This life of yours, not to be planned, but to be experienced. Stroke after stroke, step after step, you shall witness the picture coming to life. It may not be what you expected, but it will be the most beautiful, extraordinary creation. This oracle brings you comfort that you are blossoming, and each petal unfolding is another step closer to your ultimate divine fulfillment. There is a message here too, that a relationship or project that you are keen to move forward on will bloom in its own unique way. Give it breathing room and be willing to let it become what it seeks to be, even without a clear direction or plan. Sometimes there is an inner plan that can come into fruition. Amazing. Okay, so number 16, Heart of the Moment. I don't think I've gotten this one yet. Number 16. It says, you are entering a time in your life where past and future are colliding. In this present moment, you have a powerful opportunity to decide how you wish to continue in a certain pattern of relating or not. This may mean leaving a relationship or starting a new one. But even if you cannot yet make that decision with peace in your heart, you can still partake of the heart of this moment and decide how you shall choose to be. Will you speak? Will you choose to let go of shame and criticism, of judgment and anxiety, of loss and despair, and just be with your own heart now? Will you choose in this moment to trust yourself, even if that trust says you have to wait a while longer before you can make a more long-term decision? This is a time when you can alter your future, stepping into a relationship with another, with the divine, with yourself in a new way. Even the smallest choice for love is a step in the best direction. You have the heart of the divine within you. It's not hard for you to choose love. Let go of the people who want you to choose jealousy, fear, or doubt. Their games are not nearly as fun. Choose love, and who knows, maybe they'll join your party instead. You are in a transition zone in your life and relationships. It is one moment that will manifest as many opportunities, where one choice will open up many pathways to fulfillment for you. We always have the chance to create our future with our present choices, but at this time, you are in an especially fertile karmic period, having just come out of a cycle of learning and about to enter into a new cycle. This is the time to be willing to take a chance or a risk to be happy within yourself, no matter what is going on around you. Your life is about to take a karmic turn, and you can feel peace in that knowing. I can't make this stuff up. I just can't. Okay, I feel like we addressed all of that in the reading, and it's just being confirmed. But that reminded me of when I was in therapy. Let me see. It says, this is the time to be willing to take a chance or a risk to be happy. My therapist said that to me, because usually when we're being called to take some type of action or to move in some kind of direction, that's where the fear comes. It's like a lack of trust. It's yeah, but what if this is a bad decision? And if you're wondering those things, it's because you don't trust in yourself to make these types of decisions. And what she said to me was, are you moving towards something that makes you happy inside? Because she was telling me every decision we make at the end of the day is a risk. Every choice we make has risks, but the risk is always worth it. If it has to do with your happiness, then it's going to be worth it. So I don't know, it just reminded me of that. But okay, moving on to the next card, number 1, Heart Fire. So it says, passion is igniting within you. It is not a time when things will remain still, even if the change is only sensed as a subtle stirring underneath the surface of things. Even if slow at first, passion will unfold from within your heart soon, to be burning bright like a sun unrestrained. You are learning how to ride waves of passion through eruptions of heat and descent into coolness, bearing the absence of fire, only to realize it is returning to you again. Ride its waves, knowing that passionate bliss will always return to a heart that is on fire with love for life. The coolness allows us to experience the heat. Once you realize that the fire emerging from within you will ebb and flow, you will trust in its presence. You will realize that whether your passionate fire is obvious, drawing you into life, or dwelling quietly within, it is a constant in your heart. Accept the fire of your heart and know that this is how you are meant to be, on fire with love for all that is. Trust the passion and the fire of your heart to guide your decisions now. What would make you feel most alive? Choose that. If you are feeling a lack of genuine passion in your life, take comfort that it is awakening in your own heart now, bringing something that has been long in rest back to life. Which again makes perfect sense with this Aries energy. We are feeling turned on, we're getting our energy back, our vitality back, we're getting inspired, creative, Again, Aries season, this is the astrological new year, this is spring season here in the northern hemisphere, when everything is kind of bursting into life and there's a lot going on, a lot of action, a lot of movement. This is the energy. So I hope you guys tap into this, take full advantage of this. This is a really potent and powerful time, or it can be. So step in. You can do it. You got this, as always. These were our messages for this Aries new moon. I hope you got something that you needed out of this. Remember, I do offer personal readings as well. If you would like any more information regarding that, I will leave my contact info in the description box in case you are interested. I would be more than happy to work with you. And yeah, you guys, we got this. We can do this. So much love to you all. Big hugs. Enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye.